Welcome to another Bridges and Beaches. We are here again in person, doing this live. But like you said,
in person.
We always do it live.
This is in person.
This is in person. It's the best in person. Yeah.
Yeah, it looks nice. It's fun. We can actually talk and not talk to a computer.
So let's start with, why are you here right now?
I am here because I was sent by... No, I'm joking. So we are also business partners.
We are.
And this time I came here to basically celebrate, I would say, the official business.
Yeah, that we have launched the software that you have sold me and my company.
Correct.
And we are starting to see results. I just about coughed right there. Did you see that?
Yeah, I mean,
that was pretty wild right there.
Yeah. There we go. There we go. Let it all out. Let it all out.
Ooh, it's a professional podcast here.
So yeah, so we I mean, you say I sold, so you bought. I think is a nice way to say. You needed something that I could help you with, and I think we got it pretty good.
I think we came to a nice partnership here.
Absolutely. So we came yesterday to celebrate, to kind of do a big presentation. So we came a big team, me and some colleagues, and I think we had a good meeting. And then we went and had dinner in your favorite restaurant in the whole wide world.
So Old Brea Chop House, the one that we talked about a few episodes ago. That's where we went last night. You did say that you were going to come out here and go there. Yeah. And here you are a month in.
And we did it.
And you already did it.
Yeah.
So what do you think of that place?
So it's exactly as you described it, in the sense that you walk in and you feel like you're in a special place. So I'm guessing most of our listeners wouldn't know what we're talking about, but Brea is a town in Orange County. And you walk outside and it looks exactly like everything you would imagine for a small town in Orange County to look like. It's like a big main street, and when I say big, I mean it's like bigger than other streets, but it's not huge.
8 lanes.
Yeah, 8 lanes. Yeah. And then it looks like a small kind of, I don't know, like a mall thing, but then you walk in.
There is a mall down there. There is like shops and stuff, but it's mostly like, as with most malls in America, it's turning into restaurants. No, the restaurants and then higher end stores.
And then as you walk into the restaurant, it's a completely different vibe, and there's a big bar all in the middle, and it was... I said yesterday, what I love about a good restaurant is you walk in, it seems like the place is full, but you can still get a table. Well, obviously we had a reservation.
We had pretty much.
So that's because if you go someplace where it's empty, you're like, oh, what's wrong with this place? And if you go someplace where it looks full and hip, but you can actually never get a table, and even if when you do, no one pays attention to you because the place is full people. Yeah. So that was the ambience immediately was very cool. The food was great. I did not have anything yesterday.
Yeah.
I did not.
I got a 1 pound lobster tail in my fridge because we hardly ate any of that.
Yeah, we really wanted
very large lobster tail.
Yeah, we wanted it, but we couldn't get to it. Or we got to.
Yeah, I mean, it was just, there's just so much food. You know, I'll put a picture up of the table and how much food we
table and the people. I actually have a really good group picture that a nice waiter took. Yeah, of all.
Okay, yeah, so, send me that one too.
Yes, of course,
because mine does have Cambria's finger in the middle of it. So
yeah, you know. But it was very good. I honestly realized the benefits of having an earlier dinner, especially
to the West Coast, baby.
Especially coming from the East Coast, I was, by the time it was 6 p.m., it was 9 p.m.
Dude, that was beyond dinner time for me already.
And we had a huge dinner. We had a little to drink. Obviously, I know we were recording this morning, but I woke up today 5 a.m. I completely recovered. I had a big breakfast.
I was not
some work.
I was still sweating it out at 5 a.m. this morning. And then I had to get up and set up all the gear. So I was like, I had like my stuff on that I walked the dog in, and totally sweated through everything. Yeah, and then I set up the gear, and then I walked the dog so that way I could get it. And then I came back.
When we got here this morning, and probably, I don't know if there's footage of that. I know there is.
Yeah.
It was all ready, set up, and we're now in the studio, and it's great.
Yeah, and it's going to be set up for 2 days now.
How did it feel for you to host us in your favorite restaurant? I mean, I feel like when you're bringing people to host them in your favorite restaurant, it's like responsibility.
There's expectations. Yeah, there's absolutely expectations. I think I knew that they'll deliver because they always deliver. I will say, despite that the service was great, they weren't like there all the time, which they typically are.
So we didn't need them that often.
Yeah,
but if we would have.
It's funny because like the main girl, like she only came at the beginning and the end.
Yeah.
And then her backup was the one that was the primary person. But I mean, she was doing a really good job of making sure like even Darby's mocktails were full and all that. Was very apologetic when it didn't come out exactly the same. But Darby said she liked it.
I love it when you can say so. Darby was one of my coworkers who was asked, she drank enough, she wanted a mocktail, but she didn't want to make a decision. So she just she just told
roll
us,
the dice.
just give me something. And I love that they just said sure, and they brought us something. It was perfect.
So
that's really good.
I've done that a couple times at restaurants, and sometimes the bartenders get annoyed by that, which is interesting to me because you think that they'd want to show off.
Yeah, exactly.
A little bit.
When I used to wait tables, my dream table was like, if you have like, let's say like 3 couples, that's the perfect match. And I was like, do you guys trust me to build dinner for you? Is there anything you don't need?
Yeah.
And they say you just go for it. And then, if you know your way around the restaurant, you understand what are the cool things you can pull off. And you also know how to not make it not budget friendly.
Yeah.
That's like the best experience. People always love that, but you got to be in a certain mindset.
Yeah, I will say, so the table that we sat at, there's 3 of those tables. Those are hard to get.
The booth. Well, that's because you're a special.
So a lot of times when we go, we sit out in the middle, and which is fine. It's comfortable there. Like they're not small, but I don't like when there's people going by constantly, and because they're so attentive there, the waiters are constantly going back and forth. Like they're getting them 10,000 steps in that 4-hour window.
Oh, for sure. For sure.
And so I love that table, the booth over on the side, because you can look out over the restaurant and see all that. So I always love when we get that. We've only got it like 3 times total, I think.
It's funny you mention it because when I sit, like when me and my wife go to a restaurant, I always make sure that she has like the nice view. I'll look at the wall, I look at outside, I want her to see the restaurant. But when you're in a half a circle booth, everybody sees the restaurant, which was pretty cool.
Yeah, the table was a little small just for how many people and how much stuff we got, but nothing they could do about that.
Yeah,
at the end of the day.
It was better to have this table and squish in than having like an actual 5-people table.
Yeah, what's super crazy, and I've mentioned it to him a couple of times before, but it's not a big restaurant.
No.
The place we had cocktails before was a bigger place, but they don't have a private dining room in there, which is interesting to me because they are attached to the Brea Improv, which has a lot of like large comedians come through.
We even thought John Lovitz stopped by our table.
It looked like John Lovitz. So
just a random guy.
He was telling a John Lovitz level joke.
Yes,
and he came by.
And they came before he approached us, shook our hands, wanted to have some fun. I'm not sure what that was all about.
I don't even remember what he said, but
he said we made a comment about his colorful shirt.
Yeah, but only because we were trying to break the tension of what he was trying to talk to us.
And then he said he's from San Francisco, and that's what they were there. Which, I don't know, made me feel like...
I'm surprised he didn't have his leather...
spandex. Yeah. I think that was his intention and goal in talking to us, but who knows? But he did look like John Lovitz.
He did. So that's what I thought it was him.
Yeah,
I first saw him.
John Lovitz. If you're listening to this, there's someone who's from San Francisco who was yesterday in Brea.
He's impersonating you. He had your ID.
Yes. Yeah. Exactly. So that was fun. And you also had your big Nashville trip.
Yeah, we did Nashville again. It's different.
Different this time around?
It's different this time. So we haven't been there since 2023, and usually we go every year. We even went in COVID.
So that's a two-year break.
Yeah.
And you came back, and what you find?
Yeah, so a couple of new things that happened. So there's Jelly Roll rethemed a bar, John Bon Jovi rethemed a bar, Post Malone, and then also Luke Combs opened what's called Category 10.
So they all have bars there that you are familiar with?
Yeah, so this is one of the things that's actually kind of bumming me out about it, and it's kind of made me sad when realizing it, but there's been all these bars that have been like Tootsie's, and Whiskey Bent and like Nudies that have been there forever. They're a staple there.
Yeah.
But all like the Valentine, all those types of bars are being bought and then rethemed and changed, and the names are being, so like Jelly Roll doesn't own that bar. They pay to license his name. It's a big company. There's 2 main companies that own the bars. One of them's a local company. The other one's like...
Jelly Roll is like the singer, right? He's like his friends with Post Malone. Is this the guy?
Yeah, I mean, he's country singer. Like, he's a rapper now. Jelly Roll, big guy. Big guy.
Like he grew up in a trailer park. Yeah, he was. He did the warm up for Post Malone when I watched him in June in Seattle.
Oh.
So he was there on that day.
Oh, really?
They have also a song together.
Jelly Roll's big. I'm surprised that they do have a song together.
They have a song together. Yeah, about the losers, right?
Yeah, that's So now, welcome to So everyth's like Jason Aldean, Post Malone. So Post Malone's bar used to be Luke Bryan's bar. So now Luke Bryan still has a spot, but it's just a smaller. It's not the big one.
And then Post Malone.
took over Rethene. It's really nice. He's great.
Do they all live there or something, or just
Post Malone lives in Salt Lake City.
Okay.
But. Like Dirk Bentley, I think he was one of the first ones to really have his name on a bar there.
Mm-hmm.
He lives there. and he will come in there.
Is a big celebrity city now.
Yeah, a lot of people move there.
Like Reese Witherspoon, I think, lives there. Like this kind of people.
A lot of people went country bumpkin style, like Jay Cutler.
Probably taxes are a bit more comfortable there.
Probably taxes, I think, are 4.5%. I looked it up, or it was maybe not. Maybe it wasn't that high, but there's no state income tax.
Yeah.
No services provided from the state, but like there's the infrastructure is lacking. Like not a good bus.
Yeah, but if you have enough money and you can save a lot of money on income tax, then you can just take care of whatever is.
So yes. But so what I was like, where I was going was basically all the old charm of these old school small bars are being just themed to flavor of the week singers.
Mm-hmm.
And that's kind of annoying. Now, the Luke Combs bar, he does not live there. He's from like West Virginia or North Carolina or something. They took more care, I think, in it. And it's more like, it doesn't have his name. Like his name's there eventually, but it's just called Category 10. Mm-hmm. And it's not like Luke Combs, it's called Category 10. And so the first night we got there, there's the metal band that I like called Under Oath.
That's the one you were telling me about. You said like the secret show. Right?
So it was like a pop-up show. So I talked to like the photographer that Category 10 had hired to do it. It was on the rooftop. There's only 58 tickets sold. So not a lot of people. There's probably like, with his friends, probably like 70 people up there. Mm-hmm. It was really cool because there's a thing that they do in Nashville that they don't seem to do that much anymore. And we'll get to this even more. But right now it's like, there's like bands playing, right? And how it is like if you play guitar, I play drums, like we just put in and we could be randomly assigned to go to these bars. Nice. So like you may or may not know me, but there's things called standards in music. You know that, right?
For sure.
So there's country standards.
So you can play together.
Yeah. So then like you just play. And then there's also the Nashville numbering system, which is for like you and I, like let's say like the key of G. Okay. Mm-hmm. So most pop songs are 1, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. So the 1 is whatever the key is. So they'll literally have this list of songs and just have the numbers that they're supposed to play with the key. So you don't like on one piece of paper you can have 20 songs.
Yeah, you gotta think about it.
Yeah, and like you just know Nashville numbering. So that's just how it works. But what they used to do is like on the roofs. Now it's DJs. So we'll get there. But it used to be on the roofs, there would be the acoustic guys. And they would be, of course, taking requests. It used to be $10, now it's $20 to have a request. I paid it a couple times, so I had a 90s one that I wanted to see at Jelly Roll. But it was cool because I would tip them and say, I want to hear one of your songs. Because I don't go to Nashville to hear what I hear on the radio. Yeah. Like, I want to hear up-and-coming songwriters playing their music, So I would always tip them and say, play your songs. And some of them are great, some of them weren't, but some of them are, well, usually they're great because those people exist and are getting these gigs because of their talent.
Oh, they're good musicians, of course. Yeah.
They call it kind of like a songwriter's hour. Mm-hmm. And it's where there's usually 2 to 3 people up there, sometimes 4. And one guy plays a song, and then the next guy plays a song, and then the next guy plays a song. And
that sounds awesome.
It's fucking amazing. Yeah. It's my favorite thing about Nashville is that. So Aaron Gillespie, the drummer of Under Oath, also the former singer and guitar player of a band called The Almost, he was with the guy from The Audition and then another guy that I'm not super familiar with. And the 3 of them did a songwriter's hour with their songs. Awesome. For like an hour and a half. Yeah. And they just went and played their songs. And then they would tell the stories about those songs. And it was especially like because like they were like Aaron was talking about like what happens when they blow up and what it means and how it works, and like then what songs worked and then the stories that they had along the way. I won't share those stories because those were very much in the moment of that time. Like, and it was just really cool to hear it. And it was really cool to hear like what happens kind of after, like you have that. Yeah. And then like now you're doing a songwriter's hour at the top of Category 10.
So that was a fun, great experience.
That was awesome.
All right, cool.
So that was a Friday night and we went to Yola on our favorite restaurant we had 5 o'clock reservation there.
I saw on Instagram. Yeah, that's awesome.
So did that. And then after the Category 10, this is where I think in Nashville kind of bummed me out a little bit, is walking down Broadway. We're going back up to our hotel. We're staying at the Embassy Suites by Bridgestone. A lot of the venues that normally have music in there, like after 10 o'clock at night, had DJs.
Oh.
And I'm not super into DJs. Like
it's fine. When you come to Nashville, you want to see.
Yeah. Like, so like, here's like a Vegas pool party afternoon. Cool DJ. Some of the rooftops, like the Dierks Bentley, it's like a specific known thing that you go up there for the DJ vibe, But on a stage where there's normally musicians and there's drums behind you, and then you got a DJ, that's not the type of Nashville that I I didn't go there for that.
Do you think it has to do with you taking like a 2-year hiatus? And if you've been there last year, you've seen the most.
I think that definitely. So there's a couple of things I think that's happening. And I have no basis of reality. Now, I met some other people that do a podcast. There's one called the On Broadway Pod. He can maybe talk about it a little more if I could ever maybe have him be a guest on here or something. But I think that finding musicians in Nashville is getting harder. I think some of them are aging out, and I think people aren't playing instruments like they used to play instruments.
Just becoming
everybody wants to be a TikTok star now.
Yeah.
So I think less people are playing instruments, and I think it's getting harder. And there's so many bars now, and you need so much talent that they just can't find it. That's what I think is happening. So what they were doing is they're getting these DJs to come out that could just DJ iTunes playlist, I call them, and they just hit play and like, $20, I'll bump your thing, and then I'll add a little EDM beat behind it.
Yeah.
Now, one of the things so John Bon Jovi opened a bar there. It's terrible. Don't ever recommend anybody going.
Do you like John Bon Jovi's music?
I went and saw Bon Jovi play at the San Jose thing, and it was actually really cool.
Really?
It was fun. But there was a DJ on the roof there acting like he was a stripper DJ. So he's playing regular like Spice Girls, all that, but talking over it. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, I want to give a shout out to so-and-so's birthday party over here. And I was just like, I yelled a couple times, like, stop talking and just play the music and do it in between your transitions, man. Because it was like constant. He was like just basically talking into the microphone.
The things as an MC.
Yeah. And then, so DJs there that are playing 90s top 40 doesn't fit. And I'm not talking just on Bon Jovi's, other ones were doing it too. Now, we went to the roof at top at Chiefs, which is it used to be Cotton Eye Joe. Super happy that they have the sign in there still on the first floor. But on the roof, it's where Morgan Wallen threw the chair off and got arrested. It's that bar. But right by the plaque, there was a DJ there. And he was playing DJ country songs with a little EDM. Now, that was cool. It fits the vibe. It didn't take me out of my Nashville experience. It was, I know I'm on a rooftop. It's hot as hell. We're vibing, and we're still here for the music that we wanted to hear, So that was cool. So overall, like our Vegas trip was different.
Nashville.
Nash Vegas. Overall, I'll cut that. Overall, our Nashville trip was a little calmer than normal. Like Diane, we were going to go to brunch with, she ended up getting called into work. So we just went and sat with her instead and hung out with her up there. But like we were in bed by the first night was like 11 and then the other nights was like 8:30. And we didn't even roll out onto the strip until like 1 o'clock. And then we at the Embassy Suites had an awesome restaurant called Handcut in the lobby. And we'd go downstairs, we'd eat there, and then we'd go walk the strip because the food is legendarily bad on Broadway.
Yeah.
And then like in the evening, we would come back, nightcap back at Handcut again, and then go up to the room. And it was like super relaxing.
No, it sounds
it
sounds fun. I mean, obviously, I hear you shared was somewhat of disappointment. Probably it has a lot to do with expectations versus what's happening.
I think, it's really busy now. And it didn't used to be. It was a little more intimate before. Mm-hmm. Now it's more like a carnival.
Yes, it's fun when you have your own sweet spot, like nice.
And we did. So we used to like the Valentine, but like they definitely, it's getting sold. It's turning into Kane Brown's bar.
Yeah.
And like they've just like given up all hope on any upkeep and maintenance and anything in there.
Yeah.
And that's sad to see that because it was kind of like our small, slower vibe with good musicians in there. And it's kind of gone. And we're still going to go back. I still would love to have a condo there. Like, I think when like country's at its absolute height of its popularity right now,
mm-hmm.
I think that will wane, and I think that it will go back to being a more focus specific spot that is for those types of people that are looking for that thing. Now, the musician thing, I don't know if they're going to be able to solve that.
I mean, you never know if it's going to change or not. And I mean, you mentioned that you think there aren't any young musicians who are trying to do things.
Because they're going to...
I don't know if that's...
What about people that want to be session players in country specifically? Because like a lot of like the TikTok kids right now that are learning to play guitar, they want to be famous. Like
that's why
they don't want to be session players. And then the session players, like you go there or you go here to LA.
Yeah.
And I bet you a lot of the TikTok people are going to come here first.
Of course, this is LA. Yeah, that's why people come here. Yeah.
So a lot of my musician friends that I knew, like a lot of session players that I knew, and even a lot of artists that I knew in my 20s when I was in LA and I was like loosely involved in that scene, they've all moved to Nashville.
Yeah.
All of them. Because like they're all producers. They could get steady session work. It doesn't matter how old you are. If you can play well, like you can be on
you
people's tracks,
you can do. Yeah. If you can play well, you're good.
Yeah, and plus you can get a place to live there.
That's awesome. So that was your weekend.
Yeah. I did get raging heartburn, like the most I've ever had, like so bad I threw up.
That welcome to being old.
It was, and I don't know what happened. It's never happened to me. Like I get heartburn, like I have heartburn right now, coffee. But that was, it was legendarily bad.
Was it one of those heartburns where it builds up all through the day, or you just woke up middle of the night?
It was building, but it was so bad that I couldn't lay on my side, either side.
Oh, wow.
Because it would like bubble up. And then it was so burning that it's hard for me to swallow food right now because of the damage that it did that like 24 hours.
That sounds horrible.
Yeah. So we had to go to the Dollar General X and get Alka-Seltzer. And I literally was sitting at these honky tonks getting little quarter cups of water and dumping Alka-Seltzer in throughout the day. I probably had like 5 of them in like one day. It was great.
This is hilarious. I think old age creeps up on you.
I'm older than you, bro.
You are, but I'm also getting old. I felt great yesterday. All good. 6-hour flight. Came down here. Then I slept on the bed at the hotel.
At the Marriott.
And I just woke up with my entire back like crunched and like painful. And I'm like,
wasn't a good bed? That's a really nice hotel though.
Yeah, it is. But I find that almost always hotel beds are like not good.
Maybe your upgrade that you got from the front desk was a downgrade because you flexed on her.
Yeah, probably. No, I mean, it's
like, give him a shitty bed.
She gave me the only room that was available, so it was an upgrade, but I did get access to the club, the
Marriott Club, the M Life Club. What do they call it?
I don't know. I think it's called the M Club or Lounge or whatever. But it had a nice breakfast.
Did you guys go to Honey and Hive on the roof?
No. When?
They close at 9.
And I spent time on
the roof, like with my boss and like in our CFO, and like it's been packed up there, right? And then 9 o'clock, they're just like, we're shutting down. I look around, I'm like, why are you shutting down? Like, this is
everybody's here.
Yeah. Like, they open at like 5, you know?
Probably they have some sort of whatever regulatory reason.
I mean, they're in the business part. That's what I was like, maybe sound.
It's a very nice hotel, but something with the bed didn't work out for me, and I'm not looking.
And now you're going to jump on a 6-hour flight back across the country.
Yes, exactly. Well, I'll just have to work with it.
You fly it into LaGuardia?
No, Newark.
You're going to Newark. So the Wendover Productions put a video out about how bad that airport is, and it's all down to design. Like how the
Newark is bad.
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't feel that. I mean,
it's like the joke. It's like
I know it's the joke, and I know those like now they have
it's like it's design. It's like all down to design and like how the runways are and how you have to cross on the taxiway and how the runways aren't far.
Oh, in terms of the actual
the actual design.
I thought the internal.
No, that too, but like the actual like design of the airport was just so poorly planned,
inefficient.
That that's why sometimes they could only land one plane at a time. One can land and then one can take off and use the same runway. When normally you can land 2 and have one taken off.
So probably that's what happened 2 weeks ago when I was in Chicago, and it was raining.
Midway.
I was already.
Yeah.
So landed in Midway, whatever.
I don't think I've ever had a flight on time out of Chicago, like ever.
Yeah. But the benefit of taking an early morning flight to the West Coast is it's almost always the first flight. So like the plane is there all night.
Taxiway.
Yeah, and it's like the plane was there all night, so you didn't have to wait.
That's how it is at SNA too.
So it's really easy. And then when I have a 4:30 p.m. flight from LAX to Newark, we'll see when it takes off and when I'll get there.
Yeah, you'll probably be on time.
Yeah, my back will hurt. Yeah, that's no doubt.
A massage from somebody at the airport.
Not fish at all. Yeah, I'll do it. Yeah.
The SNA does that same thing, which is Orange County's airport. John Wayne Pilgrim, but. They have the curfew at 11 o'clock for landing and then 7 a.m. for takeoffs. Mm. So if you ever have a morning flight right around that time,
your
plane's going to be there. Only one time did we not have the plane there, and they had to go get it. They had to park it at LAX and fly it over.
Oh, okay.
And it was super ridiculous. Like how inefficient is that? But I mean, what are you going to do? And you know what sucks actually about that? It's 2 things. Is like at 7 a.m. you can see all the planes like backing out and like stacking up, and like if you're not in that line, like it's going to be a little while before you take off. But if you're at another place and you're you're in Atlanta, for example, and you're seeing your flight get delayed on the way home, and you're seeing it 10, 10:20, 10:30.
If there's one delay,
you know that you're probably not going to hit that curfew, and they will take you there. Your ass to LAX. So we were coming back from Aspen once, and it was delayed, and it was like 10:45, and the plane still wasn't at the gate at Denver. So I jumped onto an LAX flight on our own.
Oh, smart.
Yeah, and then we had to Uber from LAX down because my car was at the garage at SNA. So like when we were in the Uber, I was like, dude, This is going to sound super weird, but I don't need to go to the terminal. I need you to stop by that door right there by that parking garage. I'm like, I swear I don't have any explosives or anything. My car's just in there. And then I just went up there and got my car and just drove out of there.
That's funny. I found that there's never like just a 20-minute delay. Like when it starts delaying,
that's how I start drinking again. I open up my tab again. I'm like, let's go again.
It's gonna be a long one. But I've been fairly lucky. Obviously, I'm jinxing the whole thing right now. I'm gonna be home by I don't know when.
Yeah, what time are you supposed to be home?
I'll be landing around 1 a.m. and then it's like a 30-minute Uber. Yeah, but I'll work. I'll sleep a little bit. It's fine. The problem is there's never a good timing to fly out from west to east.
Yeah,
you're always going to be missing.
Yeah, you lose a whole day.
Yeah, when I fly, I think when I fly to Israel,
9 in reality.
Yeah. When I fly to Israel, which is like flying east, it's you never get it right. Like it's always you either land at 9 a.m. or 4 p.m. and it always messes up everything. Flying back is easy.
Yeah,
because you just take like a noon flight and then you're here by like 5 p.m. and then you go to sleep and you wake up in the morning. It's all good.
What airline do you fly when you go to Israel normally?
I would always prioritize United because I'm a sucker for my status. But there are times where it's the war times. Like 2 years ago, we just made a conscious decision to buy an El Al flight.
Yeah, that's the big one, right?
I mean, and we actually did get stuck because United canceled all the flights, but El Al did cancel too. So, like this time, we were stuck there.
Yeah, but I think everybody canceled all the flights.
The airspace was shut down. But I would go United just because it's such a boost to the status to do it. Like you get so.
When I went to Tel Aviv on my Delta, that was the first time I got gold. I flew so far on that.
It's really far. And if you do 3 or 4 transatlantic flights a year, you'd get without anything, you'd get to a silver status like very easily. So
what is the statuses on United?
Silver, gold, platinum, and then 1K.
Okay.
I'm not sure what the
why does it call it 1K?
I'm not sure what it stands for. Maybe 1,000. It's not 1,000 miles.
Yeah,
it's 1,000. It's not 1,000 legs. I don't know.
Yeah, on I will get gold for next year, gold medallion on Delta. I have it. Like it just the thing finally updated that.
So you're gold now, and you're
gold now, and I'll get it again on the San Antonio flight. I believe.
Same.
I will get I'll cross.
Yeah.
But it sucks because. Like, I had on the way to Nashville, I had the exit row with the one with no seat in front. And everybody tries to put their bag in that thing. And I'm like, that's mine. But like the seat way up in front.
Yeah.
And we were up 3 and 4 on the, or 2 and 3 on the first class upgrades. And there was 5 seats. And Delta just tries to cram that paid upgrade down your throat, and 2 people bought them, and it like bumped us out of the thing. Yeah, so we didn't get our first.
What would have happened if you would have gotten just 1 seat? Who would have taken it?
If you have 2 people, it does not do individuals. At least in my experience.
So one time I got a seat. Like there was 1 seat available, and my wife and I like got one of them.
You don't even say.
And I asked him. I said, "Look, you can choose to take it. You got a seat separately, or you just give up on it." And I was like, honestly, just wanted because we had was flying back from Mexico.
Yeah.
And I just wanted the meal so I can feed the baby.
Yeah.
And they said, "No, sorry, can't work. You're gonna have to sit together. Like it's not. If someone sits at the front, you can sit with the baby, but then it means you're gonna be separate for the whole flight. So you go for it." And that flight actually ended up. There was another storm or something in Newark. We had to land in DC for an hour and then take off and land in New York. But that was.
But you had to get fuel, or just had to wait.
Yeah, we just have to wait. So we couldn't wait in midair. And they basically we landed in DC and said, "Look, we'll know in an hour if Newark is going to be open, or you have to spend the night in DC."
Sometimes you actually made it.
Yeah, I was Googling like hotels, like what to do, but ended up being okay. And
you should Google who's in the air traffic control in DC. That's what you should be doing.
Yeah, but we somehow
remember when we were in DC earlier this year, like a week after that plane crash, and I asked
snowed in.
Yeah, but remember I asked the lady at Fogo de Chao if that's where the plane crash happened, and she tried to tell me no, and like there's that.
No, exactly what happened. Yes, it was funny because the plane crashed like a week and a half before, and it's usually when I time my my travel planning, and I was like, I bought my ticket to land there at the Reagan airport, and then 10 minutes after I hit checkout, I'm seeing like a plane crashed in Reagan Airport, and I'm like showing my wife, "Look where I'm flying the next week." So that was hilarious.
I didn't know Reagan was an option. So I just booked
to Dallas.
It's just
it's like an hour drive. No, what was it?
Yeah, it was. And Reagan was like 15 minutes, right?
15. Yeah, you crossed the river.
But you know what? At least planes were landing. Always. You know. We got stuck in the air on the way back from Nashville on Monday. We had to circle over Flagstaff for like an hour because there was a thunderstorm in LA, quote, but it was out in the IE. And like, so people I was like looking on Reddit while we were circling, and it was like, it's perfectly clear because there was a ground stop at LAX, both departing and arrivals. And it was like, it's perfect. When we did finally get cleared to land, we did go through some clouds in the IE, a little, but it was like perfectly sunny.
Did you ever have like a flight where it was scary, like the bumps, and you're like, the oxygen thing felt?
No, I've never had the oxygen thing. I've had a couple of things happen. So, we landed and we got all the way home and it was still perfect, by the way. Yeah. But I've had Atlanta take off again, like because there was a fire truck on the runway. Don't know how that happened. That was in Portland just like 20 years ago.
So like you took off and then immediately landed?
No, they landed and then immediately smashed the thrusters like the second that we touched down because there was a fire truck at the end of the runway and had to go back and go around. And then that was miscommunication from the tower. And then I've had obviously tire blowouts. Those are fairly common. And then I had where like the luggage door came open before.
Then everything falls out?
I don't know if anything fell out. I got my shit. But it just like you could feel like the change because it's got like a big sail on
it. Scary shit. Yeah. I've never had anything like
those are all 20 years ago. Like I had turbulence all the time.
No, turbulence, I mean
about progressive. You know, we did do one turbulence that I've never seen before. Is we hit bus and then the whole plane listed left. Like enough that I had to grab my seat. I've never had that happen.
Yeah, I've never had that. I usually what I try to do is something happens, I try to look at the staff. If they're seeing like stress,
I do too. Yeah.
Then I know that I should be stressed too.
Yeah. But if they're walking around like closing shit, like
they're probably trained to not look stressed because of smart asses like us.
Anytime there's doom coming my way, I don't care. Like
like if this is how I'm gonna go, this is how I'm gonna go. Like there's no point.
I was thinking like, look, if we go down, like at least it'll be quick.
You'd hope. It doesn't matter at the end. Like if
I smash the ground going 500 miles an hour.
If you die, it doesn't really matter what happened before. Honestly, even if I suffer before I die, then I die. I'm not gonna remember any of it. But yeah, I'm. I have this feeling that if I will be in a plane crash, I'll be the one person to survive. Do you have
like the guy? What was the D11?
Yeah.
Still or 11D?
Yeah, whatever. I'm gonna be the guy that like wakes up and like sees everything.
Did you see that? Like that seat that the guy was sitting in is like the number one selling and requested seat on like all airlines worldwide now. But like it was a 777, which was the first loss of that whole, I think, or was it 787?
I think
it was 787. Yeah. It was Dreamliner.
Yeah,
it was the first loss of that whole ever, or that airframe, and
it is like, so random that he survived.
He wasn't up that high, they were up like 100 feet,
and still everybody died.
Everybody else died.
This shit's scary. This shit is scary.
So do you want to do a quiz to wrap it up?
Yes, let's do a quiz. So last week you gave me the 80s, 90s,
I did
2000s quiz. So I did the same. I will say I had to do a couple.
I hope it's the same titles, bro.
I had to do a couple of iterations because I didn't want to.
I'm ready.
I didn't want to have the same movies, and also the one question was identical. I will say, for the nerds out there, I did not use the same LLM. You used Gemini, and I used ChatGPT.
You used a GPT, which would use 5?
Of course, 5.
Yeah. But everybody hates 5.
I think what everybody hates or love, I don't mind it. I have my own thing. I'm not conformist. That's what I do. Yeah, I just do something. I just do. All right, there we go. Question number 1, which is I think this is a movie that you did ask about, but not that question. So in Ghostbusters.
Oh no, I'm not a good Ghostbusters guy, but I'll do my best.
What do the Ghostbusters tell people not to do? And I have options for you. A, don't blink. B, don't look back. C, don't cross the streams. Or D, don't forget to hydrate.
I'm going to have to go with B, don't look back.
It is the wrong answer.
Okay.
And it's don't cross the streams.
Don't cross the streams. That goes for any bar, bathroom as well.
Yeah. You try to not cross any stream. I mean, unless that's what your thing is.
Unless you're in certain areas and that's what you're trolling for.
Yeah.
Then they cross all the streams.
Yes.
Wrap it around.
Prioritize crossing streams. In The Breakfast Club, have you watched it? Have you seen it?
Yeah, I have seen it. And not in a while, but I've seen that.
Good. How many students are in detention? A, 3, B, 5, C, 7, D, just the one kid who really likes libraries.
I mean, that would be fucking hilarious. But
Breakfast Club.
It is... I want to say 5.
You are correct. So,
Okay.
yes. When I read the question, I was like, I think it's 4, but then 4.
No, because remember it was guy, girl, and then one more guy.
Yeah. And it's also very, very, very stereotypical. There's like the punk and the nerd. The jock.
That was every 80s thing.
Yeah, that's very true. And then
Emilio Estevez is like the jock of all jocks with like no muscle definition.
Exactly. Well, back then, muscle.
Nobody had it. Everybody smoked. That's why.
All right. Question number 3. What's the most famous line from the movie Jerry Maguire? A.
Show me the money.
Show me the money. There you go. The funny thing is, the prompt we're using says that make sure that one of the answers is funny.
Yeah.
So
I like this.
So just listen to the options. So show me the money is one of them. B. You're talking to me. C. Here's looking at you, kid. And D. PayPal me later.
That's funny. Look at it. See that's
show me the money. PayPal me later. The funny thing is, if you ask guys what phrase they remember from this movie, is "Show me the money."
Yeah,
that's the same. If you ask girls, it's gonna be "You had me at hello."
Yeah, that's true, huh?
It's a really like I've read something about it that this is a classic movie that speaks to.
I remember when that was the line was the "You had me at hello." Too. Like everybody was saying that in like the late 90s.
Yeah, I mean, I still do that like jokingly when you would talk about like your favorite restaurant and you'd say,
now they've kind of morphed.
You have that fries.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But now I think they've kind of morphed that into like say less.
Yeah.
With the Gen Z.
Say less. Say less is good. All right. So you have 2 out of 3. In Titanic.
Oh God.
Yep. When's the last time you watched that?
I've seen bits and pieces of it.
Okay. What does Jack famously yell on the ship's bow? A. I'm flying. B. I'm the king of the world. C. Draw me like one of your French girls.
That'd be funny if he said that.
Yeah. And D. Anyone got sunscreen?
I mean, probably would have been a good idea back in those days, but I'm gonna have to say I'm the king of the world.
Alrighty, that is the correct answer. All right, who directed the Lord of the Rings trilogy?
Peter Jackson.
There we go.
What was the funny one on that one?
Gandalf. Which movie won the Oscar for Best Picture in 2004? You have now 4 out of 5. A. The Aviator. B. $1 Million Baby. C. Finding Nemo. Or D. Shrek 2, Donkey's Revenge.
Man. Well, Shrek 2 wasn't Donkey's Revenge. That would be a whole different movie. They should make that.
Yeah.
It's been toss up between the first 2.
Yeah, no shit. Yeah.
But no, Finding Nemo was huge.
I think it's a lovely movie.
I am going to say, unfortunately, that it was $1 Million Baby.
You are correct.
Yeah, it was Clint Eastwood, right?
It was Clint Eastwood, and what's her name?
Yeah, but Clint Eastwood directed that.
He directed it. He also played in it. He was like the coach.
The Aviator was just too long.
It was so long. And DiCaprio already did a bunch of like films where he plays this guy who's like,
so one of the things that I hate in movies, and that movie does it a lot, is like big jumps in time.
Yeah.
Just out of nowhere.
Because they try to cover a lot of things. What I love biographies that are like short. They just cover a certain.
Like the Elton John one, I think was pretty good.
The Elton John was great just because it was a musical.
Yeah, and then but what was okay to a certain part was the new, which I'm not a big Dylan fan.
Oh, have you watched it? The Timothy
but it does jump a whole bunch of time right in the middle there.
Yeah, but it does also cover only like 7 years. So it does like the first 3 and then the last 2.
It was relevant anyway.
I mean, he did won the Nobel Prize a couple years ago.
Because he sold his catalog for $350 million.
Yeah. All right, question 7. We had 5 out of the 6. In Inception, what item did Cobb use as his totem? A spinning top.
It's that one.
That's correct. A coin, a dice, or a fidget spinner.
A fidget spinner. Dude, they should go back and like edit that in.
Yeah. I mean, it is kind of.
Yeah, and those fidget spinners flashing.
Who played Black Panther in the Marvel Cinematic Universe? Michael B. Jordan, Idris Elba, Chadwick Boseman, or your cousin who wore the Halloween costume way too early?
So there's that. So that's kind of a trick question.
It is.
Is the Chadwick Boseman is the main one, but Michael B. Jordan also was the Black Panther for a time.
But the answer is Chadwick Boseman. Yeah. And I think he died halfway through the production of the third or something like that.
I don't know if they... So he
did die, right?
Yeah, but yes, he's dead. But I think he died after Endgame came out.
Yes.
So that was over. His story was done.
Oh, and then Michael B. Jordan did the different version of the...
No, Michael B. Jordan was in... it was the first one, the first Black Panther standalone movie. Michael B. Jordan came as Killmonger to take over the King.
So he was Black Panther for...
I don't... Use Killmonger is his name, but...
I don't know.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. All right.
I mean, we've got Marvel.
We have another Finding Nemo.
All right.
In Finding Nemo, what phrase does Dory, which is my name...
Just keep swimming.
Just keep swimming. There we go. It's not Hakuna Matata, and it's not Where Did I Park again.
Right at that part.
So, in The Matrix, what color pill does Neo take? Blue, red, green, or the one labeled extra strength Tylenol?
Okay, so this is actually I never. Really,
that's a trick question.
So what's the getting red pilled means you're all masculine, right? Like you're trying to your toxic masculinity. Isn't that what that means?
Well, do you know the context of what the two pills that are?
Yeah, one you stay here and you keep living, and then the other one. So obviously the red.
It is red.
Yeah, because he.
Yeah. So you either keep your eyes open to the Matrix or just forget about everything you learned and you go back to your sad life. You got pretty good. I think you got all the answers but one.
All but one. Yeah, no, that's the first one, right?
First one you got higher than 8. I think 8 was.
I like it. Well,
very good. Very good, sir. Very good.
Got myself on the back there.
Yes, and this is me after a few iterations. So, yep.
There we go. That was fun.
It was fun. This was great.
Anything in closing?
I just want to comment about one thing that happened to me this weekend. I always take my daughter to do some stuff, and I always enjoy seeing her experience things for the first time.
Yes.
We took her to there's in Prospect Park, there's a big carousel, or as you say in British, merry-go-round. It's like horses that go around. And it's 113 years old carousel, still operating. Shit. And it's like $3 a ride, so we can just go as many times as we want.
Okay, yeah.
And seeing her experience that for the first time.
Going up and down the way.
It was like, she's seen a lot of things, but she's 2 years old. She doesn't know what it means like to go on a ride.
Yeah.
And she wanted to get on the horse. She asked to get on the horse, but seeing her face as it's happening to her was one of the most amazing experiences I've ever had in my life.
Sweet.
Full stop. Like seeing her have the moment of first time realizing.
You have to hold her on there, or could she hold on enough?
She could. We kind of had her hand, and I have even a video of this happening. But you can see, like, it's not like she's smiling and laughing and enjoying. She's like in shock, looking at what's happening. And then as it ended, she's like, again.
How many times you go?
Again. She just 2 times. It's okay. I told her that it's okay to leave wanting more. And we will do it again.
Okay, very sage-like.
She cried a little bit, but it's fine. I mean, honestly, I enjoyed it very much as well, and I would have gone again. But I was like, okay, we did it 2 times. It's fine. Wow. But now this is probably going to be a weekend staple for us for a while.
Oh, you're going to be going down there.
So yeah,
that's what my best friend does. That he lets his kids experience one thing, and they want more, and then he just piles it on, like to the point, like when they had a birthday party, because bouncy castles are big here.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's like us as well. I mean, she's too young still. Yeah.
So like his daughter, this is a couple 3 years ago, they had a bouncy castle for the birthday, and then he's like, they had so much fun. He's like, just went it for the whole week, and he just like left it in his yard for the week. And I'm like, dude, like. You can't like just overstimulate them like that. You know? Like you got to make it scarce so it's an event.
In my adult life, I like sometimes like to milk experiences and like just I like something. I'm just going to do it until I'm sick and tired of it. Like I find a new recipe that I like. I just make it again and again and again. Yeah, and I can't even see that.
Like we put it in our weekly rotation, and then we're like, oh, don't think I care to have this for like 8 months.
Like don't ever mention whatever grilled thighs. But I try to really make it for her like it's a fun experience. We can talk about how fun it was. We can watch the video. We'll do it again, but it doesn't have to happen now. So that's what I'm trying to do. Yeah. So I just wanted to share that just because it's a meaningful moment in my week. So
very, very sweet. Well, we're gonna have to let us know next week how
many times. Yeah,
it was as impactful this next time.
Yeah. Well, all right. I think we'll wrap it up here.
Yeah. All right, everybody. Well, you know where to find us next week.
See you next week. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Sounds good. Maybe we'll be here still.
We might. We just might.